Here it is, almost 8 o'clock on a Monday, and I recorded today's podcast, started doing some research, and I wanted to share. So I'm recording this, I think of the 90s, like the 80s for sure. The 80s for sure with some sweater vests. But then I think of the 90s with the oversized, like really preppy. But then in the 2000s, I think of Clueless, Chandler Bing from Friends. He wore a lot of sweater vests. But then of course, like you think way back, there's some like really cute, very fitted ones from the 50s. So when did they become popular? What is their history? The word sweater first appeared in the Oxford Dictionary in 1882 and was worn by rowers to encourage sweating and weight loss. And then sometime between then, 1882 and 1907, because in 1907 there was a Michigan football team that they wore the sweater vest as part of their uniform. So sometime between then, somebody had the idea to lop the sleeves off, and that design was born. In 1910, President Woodrow Wilson wore a sweater vest, and in the 1920s, President Herbert Hoover did the same. And then by the 30s, they were a staple, mostly for menswear. Though in 34, Eleanor Roosevelt wore one with tweeds, which may have been when it became a little more popular as a design for women. But in the knitwear community, like sweater vests have been around for a while, but how can you style them today? What are some great patterns? That's what I'm gonna talk about in the episode that I recorded today. So travel back in time to earlier, and I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Peeling back the layers of the part I've been playing for you. Used to be so easy. Now I get queasy when things start going wrong. And in this life we all know that the starting is the hard.
Welcome back, guys. This is Juanita from the Woolly Bean Podcast, and I live here in the Ozarks of Arkansas with my husband, my 3 kids, my standard poodle, 2 cats, and a bunny. And today's episode is going to be about vests. I am excited. So talking about the capsule wardrobe last week, I really started looking at my clothes over the next, well, because I don't know, it was like 2 weeks from when I recorded it to when I released it, or now. And so I've been, every time I get dressed, I'm trying to like, what pieces bring me joy? What pieces are easy to pair with other things? What am I missing? What do I really want from my knitwear? And something I have been wanting to knit, I had mentioned knitting the holiday slipover, and I have cast that on, so I've got that to share with you and what went into my yarn choice for that. But also just picking out a few other patterns. Well, I say few. I created a bundle, and I think there are 15 on the list. But I also want to share kind of what inspires me, what helps me to decide. Because I like before, like in the capsule wardrobe episode, I don't just want to knit pieces because I'm influenced, which let me influence you on vests. But if they don't fit into your wardrobe, if it's not something that when you see an outfit thoughtfully put together with a vest or a certain piece, then it's not for you, and that's fine. Like, we're going to be attracted to different things, we all wear different things, and that's wonderful and that's beautiful. But for me, vests are exciting. So today's episode is all about that. Let's first talk about the holiday slipover by Petite Knit. All right, so I've got mine here in my Woolly Bean bag, and I shared on my Instagram, I was trying to decide between colors, and I kind of pulled out everything that I had in a select group of colors. I wanted something that was going to be soft. Just for my first one. I don't know. I also want to use up some yarn that I've had forever in my stash that I have. Hold on, my camera's crooked. I just wanted to use up some stash. So my color choices that I was trying to decide between they're both the same type. Chalet. I shared this on here before because I was talking about this holiday slipover. 70% baby alpaca, 30% bamboo viscose. It's naturally undyed, and so I had this cream and I had this brown. And at first, I thought that I did not have enough of either to make a vest because I got confused about the way that they described the pattern as far as described the yarn quantity. But when I realized it mentioned because of the mohair, you only needed 232 yards or something like that of mohair, I realized, oh, they show the yardage doubled for the worsted weight because you were holding it double. So once I realized that, I went back and looked, and I keep all my stash entered in digitally on Ravelry, so that way I can I don't have to like get up out of wherever I've gotten all cozy to get knitting. I don't have to get up and go like hunt it down and then do the math, figure out, see how many skeins I have. I can just pull it up on my Ravelry and the yardage is right there. And I had enough. So cream or brown? I'm gonna do both, but to start, I decided on the cream. I decided to leave out the mohair because this is the one I had, and it just wasn't quite, it added like I don't know. I've never knit with mohair. Not true. I have knit with mohair. I knit the Kobook hat or something by Caitlin Hunter. Loved the effect of it on that yarn. It blended in perfectly, but I just didn't like how it was blending. I knit my swatch with the mohair and I didn't like it. So I decided to leave out that, and I have 5 skeins and I'm holding it double, and look how nice the fabric looks. And it's so, so, so soft. So I must admit, when I first saw the holiday slipover, because a friend of mine had shared the pattern, like, oh, look at this, or that she was gonna knit it, or she had bought the pattern because she was excited, I just was like, I don't really see myself wearing that. But here's the thing. What's helped me like with figuring out how I want to fit knitwear into my wardrobe, I find someone on Instagram or on Pinterest that everything that I see them when they put an outfit together or stuff that they wear, sometimes they're more courageous than I would be. And I'm like, I don't know that I could quite go all that way. But if it's inspiring, like it excites me, and it would, like, I don't know. Like so one such person is Siri Kate. You can find her on Instagram. She's a knitter and a sewer and thrifts a lot, loves wearing vintage stuff. I love the way she incorporates different elements, layers them, and puts them together. Very exciting to me. And guess what she loves? She loves vests. So she put, or the last 2 years, she has done a knit along for vests. She calls it the Great Vest Knit Along. And I don't know if she'll do one this year. I haven't seen anything about it, but hopefully she does. If she does, I'm going to join. And she has so many that she has made. And I love the look of them over button-ups, over turtlenecks, just long sleeves, dressy blouses worn in the summertime by themselves. So I'm excited to like incorporate some more summery yarn for that. So hold on one sec. Okay, sorry, there is there's a dog. We live in a neighborhood just on the outskirts of town, and it seems like we're always plagued. I don't understand dogs that are in a neighborhood that are allowed to roam free. If they're friendly, that's great, but a lot of times they're not. And there's one that just keeps coming around. Our dog loves it, which is great, but that dog does not like us or the kids, and every time we're outside it barks. So I've just been trying, if I see it, I'm trying to discourage it from hanging around because it always acts like scared and I'm nervous. My younger sister got attacked by a dog when she was 11, and we were like right there when it happened, and it was super traumatizing and scares me. So anyways, I had to get up and take care of that. Back to vests. Sometimes when I look on, if you just go on Pinterest and look up sweater vests, they're dressed up a little more. You will see some trousers added in and paired over button-ups and stuff. But I really, if you just go on Instagram and look up some of the sweaters that you're like, you see a pattern for, sometimes just the way the knitwear is just pictured, it's not like we'll fall in love with the piece itself, but then maybe it doesn't help our imagination to picture how we would work it into what we want as far as our wardrobe. Sorry, did that make sense? I'm sometimes not great with my words. But if I go on Instagram, so like with the holiday slipover, just type in holiday slipover, look at the tags, and then scroll through and see if there's any ideas that jump out. So Bethany Lynn she has a blog, and she shared her versions, and she had them layered with a shirt and jeans, but over dresses, and then she shared her modifications. She cropped it slightly, and maybe that was it. But I'm following her modifications for mine because that's what I'm really hoping to wear my holiday slipover with, is to wear it with like a loose flowy dress. Also, I want to sew some more loose flowy dresses and hopefully have stuff to wear for Me Made May, because I just haven't, I don't know, had enough. Life just gets busy, and then I don't get time for stuff, and I just want to get better. I knit so much and so often in the last few years, like I want to now do more sewing. So hopefully that's something I can explore a little more. But okay, speaking of Bethany Lynn Makes, she has a pattern that she designed, which I just think is the greatest. Do you like granny squares? This vest is called the Agnes Sweater Vest. She used it with Simply Wool worsted. She also suggests wool of the Andes. Hers is knit up in the prettiest muted like earth tones. I want to crochet one exactly. I keep saying knit up, don't I? Crocheted it up. She made this. It's just so pretty. I want mine to look exactly like that, like exact same colors. But what's really nice is, so I've been trying to take stock of like what I have. I have several dresses that are very basic, but they fit so well. They really flatter my figure. They are comfortable, nice and long, but they're kind of boring otherwise by themselves. So a piece like this, I was thinking if I knit it, I have like a, what color is it? A corally pink dress. And I thought like a little vest like this over that, but in corally pink, maybe some yellows, or maybe, I don't know, something that would complement spring colors without looking too crazy. I don't know. And it's such a great way to use up scraps too. So that's exciting. I cannot wait to kind of play with that idea some more. I also love just she also pairs outfits together well, where I find it like very, like, I don't know, I'm just drawn to it, and it gives me ideas of what I want to add to my wardrobe or that kind of thing. So when I was talking about Siri Kate, and she does that knit along, she shared a couple of patterns that I did not have on my list, so I added those, and they're all by Petite Knit. The Friday Slipover V-neck, the Weekend Slipover V-neck, so it's like slightly more oversized, The Friday is DK and the weekend is bulky. And then the Ingrid Slipover. So it is like more of a crew neck and then cable, but oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Those are new ones I added to my bundle. And then, so while we're talking about Petite knit, she also has the Friday Slipover and the November vest, which is more like all the vests otherwise I'm talking about are more, you know, like a, I guess that's why they call it a slipover, right? Because it's like a sweater without sleeves. So this would be your cardigan without sleeves, but it is a longer piece. This one I find I like it a lot. I do want to knit one, but I find myself that I think I would have to have like a styling session that I get all my pieces out that I think would go with it and like try stuff on until I find what works. The other vests I don't foresee like that issue with, but for some reason the November vest, sometimes when something's really long, I just don't want it to make me look boxy. But also another vest that I found that I kind of thought, I mean, it's just unusual. It's called the Bloom Vest. It's by Camilla Vad. And it comes out to an Aran, but look at the colors. Like, it is so bright and fun. It makes me think of, did you guys see the new Pom Pom? Like, they've been sharing some like hints of their spring issue and the Pom Pom Quarterly. And there is a like really thin, gauzy looking cardigan that I was like, ooh, that paired over dresses or some like neutrals. I'm not one that typically wears bright colors except for lipstick, but I like a bold dress. So I'll wear like a red dress. But I don't know. This vest is like really outside of my wheelhouse, but I like it. And it made me think of that other cardigan. Anyways, I think that's all I'm going to share. There's 15 on there. So please go check out the bundle. Let me know what you think about vests. Do you have any that you have already made? Do you wear them? Do you struggle finding ways to pair them in your wardrobe? Would you, if I hosted a knit-along, would you be interested in doing it? I don't know. I feel like if Siri Kate does another one, then we should just all join hers, because she's got like so many resources already there, and I've proven myself like my last knit-along didn't go well. I love those of you that joined in on me. I still don't have my Emerson done. I still have the one more sleeve, but yeah. What do you think about like just working on a vest together? Because I just feel like it's something that would go, because that last episode I shared the Montpellier top. I feel like that's kind of like a vest, because it does have like a lower down armhole, so it's like you're gonna have to wear it over something anyways too. I don't know. Two other things before I end the episode for today. I am getting close to 1,000 followers on here, which is really exciting. I can't believe that, because it feels like it wasn't that long ago that there was just a couple hundred. So to be close to 1,000 is pretty awesome. So I'm going to do a giveaway for that when we reach that number. I would love to give away some yarn and one of my bags. So I don't know if we'll reach that milestone before the next episode, or if it'll be, so it'll be the next couple episodes that we'll talk more about that. And then what was the other thing? Oh, I wanted to ask if you have any questions that you wondered about me, about knitting, about something I've talked on here before, or have any suggestions on something that you would like to see in future podcasts, please put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Also, thank you for the comments. When you guys share your comments below, it helps the channel. It makes me feel engaged with you in a connection. And for those, like, there's been a lot of new subscribers recently, and welcome and thank you for being here. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I am going to sit here and work on my holiday slipover for a little bit, share a few more pictures of some best inspiration outfits and patterns on screen, and then I'll just kind of close it out with some whatever editing magic. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Bye.